Alright, hello and welcome people back to Katawa Shoujo. Man, I sound different. Whatever. Alright, so as far as I know, we left off here with someone hammering at our door. So, let's get on with it, shall we? It's been quite some time since I've read this, so who knows how I'll go to begin with, as I do kinda suck at actually straight up reading. Out loud, anyway. The hammering of the fist against the door feels like a nail being pounded into my head. Once, twice, 3 times I let out a long, annoying breath and bear it while pressing my eyelids shut. Hoping for whoever it is just to go away. Also, it's probably going to be a bit harder since I literally just woke up about 10-15 minutes ago and felt like recording this. I feel pretty damn awful. My face feels like it's cast out of lead. My arms feel heavy and I feel very queasy. It's been like this since I woke up half an hour ago, and I can't summon the energy to pick myself up out of bed. So, this is what they call a hangover. I wonder if this is the best treatment for teenagers who desperately want to try drinking as well as to feel like an adult. Considering how unpleasant this is, it's not something I want to repeat. A series of thumps ring out again, reverberating around the room. I wish they'd just give up already. I have no intention of getting out of bed for them. Seconds pass, turning into minutes, since no more knocking coming from the door. Whoever it was must have left. Thank goodness. Looking to my clock, the time when I should be thinking about getting dressed and ready for class is approaching, and I don't think I can manage it though. Screw it, I'll turn down the music. That'll do. Oops. I hate cutting class, but I don't think I'm going to be getting any much done at this rate. I can tell I look a mess with that needing to look in a mirror and confirm it. The morning rush is giving me enough time to stand outside the classroom for a little while without looking too suspicious. I hope that Matao doesn't ask any awkward questions about my not attending school yesterday. I was sick, that's true enough. It's just the reason for it that I have to hide. Confident I can get by with my technical omission for certain truths, I stride into the classroom doing my best to appear normal. The instant I open the door and take a single step in, I can feel a dozen eyes looking at me, though there is no way I'm imagining this. They're not even making an attempt to hide it. My eyes take quick sweeps around the classroom and I spot Hanako. We make eye contact momentarily before she looks down and stares at her very hard at her desk. Did she spill the beans? Matao may be okay as far as teachers go, but underage drinking on campus is not exactly something that would be taken lightly. I look to him with some trepidation. Feeling better today? Yeah, thank you. He motions for me to take my seat, my legs feeling like sticks as they carry me through, though this is going to be a very long day. As soon as the lunch bells ring, I'm on my way to Hanako's desk to ask her what's going on. Hanako, did you tell? She looks up at me and shakes her head. That's a big relief. It's just... Well, hello there, Hachan. It's nice to see you again today. Holy shit, look at Shizun's eyes. I grimace and turn towards the unmistakable voice coming from behind me. That was way too upbeat a tone to feel uncomfortable, even from Misha. Misha's happy smile is nothing out of the usual. Shizun's, though, is very bad sign. The one she's wearing has become notched into my brain as her "I've cut you 7 ways from Sunday." Hi, Shizune, Misha. You look happy to see me. Not feeling well yesterday, Hichan? No, I wasn't, but I'm feeling better now, at least. That's good to know. Why do I get the feeling that Shizune is leading me into a trap? You sound like you're not being completely serious. Oh no, Hichan, we're generally pleased that you're all better now. Shizune is perfectly overflowing with happiness. There's only one reason why she would look like this. Oh no. In fact, we're quite worried about you after all. You, Hanako, and Lily were all absent from class the same day. Yep, she's got it. So thoroughly that all I can do is sigh in defeat. I guess you have your own theories about this. Could you just not tell anyone? It's a bit late for that. I suppose she's right, considering the looks I've got as I enter class. Still, things are only seem to be at the level of vague suspicion rather than outright assertions, so we probably have to be fine. Hanako's face sinks a little further. Such attention is troublesome, enough for me, let alone for her. Going by Shizune and Micha's reaction, I think they noticed this as well. The only reason we were trying to give you such a hard time is that you ignored us yesterday morning. Yesterday morning? I take it was... Damn it. It takes a while to recollect what happened then, given the haze induced by the generally awful state that I was in at the time. Oh right, the knocking. That was you too. It was, and you left us there for ages after we'd taken all the effort to coming to your dormitory early in the morning. Sorry, I was having a problem with nausea? Yeah, problem with nausea. They're not buying it, and I can't blame them. Shizune's head dropped in resignation before she reaches into her pocket. Something white and yellow can be seen sticking out a little. As she pulls it out, it turns out to be an envelope with a very bright decorations on it. Since she points it towards me, I duly take it. This is what we were trying to hide. So hard to give you a chance. You don't check your... I tune out the sound of Misha's voice as my eyes register what's written on the envelope. I stare at the envelope for a moment before suddenly remembering that there are people around me. There's a very strange, somewhat invasive feeling about their expressions. I kind of want to be alone right now. It's nothing. Thank you for bringing me this, you two. I should think so, after what we went through to get it to you. I step back and say my goodbyes. Misha pouts even as I go out the door, but Shizune and Hanako remain very visibly curious about my reaction. I hope they won't interrogate me on this later. The smell of the garden is, as always, pleasant sensation. Some of the most visible signs of how well funded the school is, aside from its sheer size, are the expansion and conditions of the grounds. A good number of students can be seen eating lunch, chatting, and playing on the bright green lawns. Even some of the staff are enjoying the summer here, keeping watch over the student and idly walking along the long concrete paths. I'd seen a sight like this in my home city, on excursions maybe, but certainly never in the school or anywhere where I lived. Even the bench I sat on to read is warmer thanks to the summertime sun, reminding me of why I haven't worn the school blazer even once yet. Considering this, the sunflowers and splashes of vibrant yellow coloring adorning the paper are quite appropriate for the time, if only the words written on it were as well. Here I was thinking I'd managed to get over her, and when the troublesome thing shows up. The handwriting looks vaguely familiar at best, and only now that I see it again, I remember that she used to write in pink pen a lot. She was always very girly, for lack of a better term. But she was also quite fragile. I never knew if I liked the aspect of her or not, though with the arrival of this letter, that question seems to be largely moot. The letter begins with not much more than an update on the status of things going on in her life. My old class had a good start to the school year. Many are anxious about the exams that will come up in the future, etc. Nice, I think that was the word. I didn't really say it. But it ends on a very personal and brief note. It feels like she wrote most of the letter just to try and soften the blow from the ending. I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I am really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most. Even though I like you so much, at least now, finally, I can be honest. If you go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you do not give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you've managed to get back on your feet on your own. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final. Somehow I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you're doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Wanako. I still have no idea if I can say that right. And so that's our relationship is over. Nice, neat and tidy. With no and something. I hadn't held on to any illusions that it could ever begin anew. The last time she visited, neither of us said a thing except for one word she said as she left for the last time. Goodbye. Be that as it may, this feeling more final, the capstone on my experiment that both of us tried and failed at. A loud shot draws my eyes away from the letter. It's just some students housing around with one of the teachers standing nearby, coming over to talk to them. Are you okay? A tentative voice comes from my side. For a moment I assume it was Hanako, but it's actually Yuko. Ah, hello Yuko. I thought you'd be in the library. She gives a cheerful smile, one quite fitting the atmosphere, and flourishes the empty wrapping of a roll in her hand. She must have someone else covering for her while she grabs something to eat. It reminds me that I haven't had anything to eat yet. I don't feel very hungry though, and skipping one lunch won't hurt. Mind if I sit here? Sure, go ahead. I quickly slide the letter back in its envelope, slipping it inside my bag, propped against the side of the bench as Yuko takes a seat. She dropped the wrapper into the bin beside us. Without much else to do, I lean back and take what enjoyment I can from the sun, silently reflecting on the letter. The lush lawns, the blue skies, everything looks so different from the way it did back then. Even the school surroundings, from the hill is on the woods, and it completely opposite to the urban scenery I remember. Maybe this is what it's like to feel homesick. Then again, it's not an outright bad sensation. The feel of an area around Hanako, while very different, is also nice. I think I could get used to it. Hi, Hisao. Hey, Hisao. Damn it. Yeah. You didn't answer my question from before. I wasn't going to say anything, but you still look troubled. If you don't want to say anything, though, that's okay. I don't mind at all. Sorry for asking something strange like that. I don't mind. It's just I got a letter from someone, and I knew before I came to Yamako it made me think about some things. I thought I'd managed to get over most of the problems that my accident caused, but now I'm not really so sure. I kinda wish I never seen it. I don't think that's good, Hisao. When my boyfriend left me, he did so very suddenly and never let me know why. At first I was very depressed about it, but I decided to forgive him. You forgave him? Couldn't he at least have talked properly with you about it? He was always one of those people that found it difficult to come close to. In the end, I decided that I fell in love with him for a reason. He was a good person, and I think that if I had been in his position, I probably would have just found it hard to try and talk to him. You don't really see the connection to the letter I got. I mean that, how should I put this? It must have been very hard for that person to send that letter, and if they did, I think they must have thought very hard about exactly what to say. Iwanako managed to write this letter and bring a final close to our relationship, something that I'd never managed to do. Whereas, here I am trying to protect and help Hanako as best I can, especially with Lily leaving for a while, and I'm not even able to deal with my own problems. Does that make sense? She's taking my non-response and frowned brow as doubt. She really reads faces too much, just like a certain other person. Yeah, that makes sense. The letter was kind of a shock, really. I think I tried to fool myself into thinking that my life reset when I came into Yanakon, but now it's suddenly aware that it didn't. I'm a bit of a loss about how to deal with these feelings. I think that's something I can't really help you with, sorry. It's fine. I think I'm able to talk with you I think being able to talk to you helped me get things sorted out a bit better in my head, so thank you anyway. She nods and smiles sweetly. Yuko is a nice girl, so it seems the same. She's so highly strung so often. The school bell rings out, startles us both. I was supposed to be back before the bell. Oops. She jumps off the bench and almost races off without a second word, but turns on her heels as she remembers she was talking to me just now. I'll see you later, Hisao. Cheer up, okay? I'll try to. Thanks, Yoko. With a quick bow, Yuko takes her leave and begins her rush to the library. Her flight catches the curious eyes of a few passing students who are unenthusiastically trudging back to their classes after their fun. Reluctantly standing from the bench, I dust myself off and join them. Even while I walk through the gardens back to the main room, the thought of the letter is in my bag doesn't stray far from my mind. Oops, didn't want to do that.